All right, y'all. Got a little bit of time, just some downtime. So I said, let me get on here. A late night stream. I know some of y'all been messaging me about this one, so I said let's talk a little bit about it. All right, ain't gonna be long because I'm busy right now. Still getting the work in, but got a little downtime here. Olita, what's going on? James Prez, Marcus Bell, James G, what's up? He said Aldana fighting Rocky is very depressing. So yeah, man, I ain't got too long, but yeah, I seen the news. I've been seeing the news since this morning. Man, it's crazy, crazy stuff, man. I mean, come on. I'm like this. Look, Amanda Nunes, she's in a division right now that's trying to pick up steam in some ways. You got some fighters that still want to fight. I think her mindset just needs to be, look, line them up and I'll fight them all. There was really no need for her to turn down Pena or Aldana, right? To me, there was really no need to put Aldana in a position to fight Rocky Pennington again. All right, that's how I feel about this fight. First off, yeah, the Rocky Irene fight to me is an uncalled for rematch. The only way they should be fighting a rematch is if one of these two fighters had beat Nunes for the belt. Okay, there's no need for them to run it back. They fought 3 years ago. It was a split decision. Rocky won it. Thought she did enough to win it. Fine, right? Move on. But right now, Irene and Rocky, they're in perfect positions to fight Nunes now. But apparently, Nunes is turning that opportunity down. And in my opinion, I don't think she's in any position to try to turn down an Irene fight. There's no need for her to turn down an Irene fight. I mean, you don't want to fight Pena again, right? So why not fight Irene Aldana, right? That's what she said, right? She don't want to fight. She don't want to fight Aldana. Aldana should fight Rocky again. I mean, you don't make that choice. To me, you don't make that choice. You already have some legit fighters that all three of them have a good case. They all have a good case, so nobody really needs to hash it out. I know Pena Aldana would have been a good fight. That's interesting, but Pena already made herself vocal about what she wants to do. Out of everybody, she's been the one to want to fight. She's still number one. Irene Aldana is still in a position to make her argument. Rocky's still in a position where she could make her argument. Probably the strongest with five fights in a row, right? Five fight win streak, right? But it's like, why make them fight each other at this point? Why even try to say, oh no, I don't want to fight Irene. Let her fight Rocky for a title eliminator. No, this is the first quarter of March. This is the first quarter of March. Just like Valentina's ready to fight, I think Nunes should just be ready to fight whoever they have that's lined up and ready to go. You know, they're always saying that, right? The UFC makes these calls, the matchmakers make these calls. Why are they trying to let Nunes make this call on who she wants to fight? I think you have to fight whoever's ready and ready to go. I mean, that's what it is, right? If you have the belt, you should be fighting whoever is lined up, even if that means you take them all on. You know what I mean? Not at the same night, but throughout the year, because that's what Valentina's always planned to do, right? Valentina, her plan has always been to say, okay, I'll fight Manon, but if Manon's not ready, I'll fight Grasso. We'll revisit the Manon fight at some point. We revisit Tyler Santos at some point, right? I know she did turn down the Santos fight, but she still had her eyes set on a fight. She didn't try to say, oh, Grasso needs to wait, make Grasso and Santos fight. She still wanted somebody, right? But this position with Nunes, you got three ladies to choose from. And that's all we wanted. We wanted to see somebody named at this point. We just wanted to see somebody named because everybody knows Irene and Rocky fighting now for a title eliminator. That means Amanda Nunes ain't coming back until the summertime, right? And that ain't fair. That ain't fair to whoever's ready, like Juliana Pena. In the meantime, while Rocky and Irene are fighting, that means you should be running it back with Juliana Pena because this is the first quarter of the year. This belt needs to be defended, in my opinion. You know? I mean, I thought Amanda Nunes was training for somebody, right? Lolita said, who is she training for? Apparently, she's not training for Irene and Rocky, and she's turning down the Pena fight. So I don't know who she's training. And she ain't training for Valentina because Valentina's fighting Alexa Grasso. So she's not training for anybody, right, Saint? Yeah, Saint says she ain't training for nobody. See? And that's what kind of upsets us because I was like, okay, she getting ready. You know, she's working. Maybe Valentina is going to be the opponent. Then, no, Valentina versus Grasso gets made. And then everybody's talking about Irene Aldana's in the works. But that gets turned down too. So it's like, oh, man, now what? I'm telling you, if you give me the job as a matchmaker, I would make this stuff happen, man. We would just go ahead, line Valentina and Nunes up on the same card like it was supposed to be, set them up to fight in the summertime and get their trilogy out of the way, right? That way, we can move on and have Nunes give her other rubber match or to Pena or get Irene Aldana her first title shot, right? So it's just weird like that, man. I don't get it, man. I don't get it why they want to make this Irene Rocky fight now. I mean, in a way, you kind of cheating Rocky out of her title shot. Y'all think about that. You kind of cheating her out of her title shot, a fair title shot, because now Rocky's already gone 5-0, right? But she's got to come back in March to fight again, and she just fought in January, right? And you know, Irene Aldana's definitely got better as a fighter. I believe, you know, she's got better as a fighter. She's fighting another top 10, top 5 fighter in less than 2 months. So they really putting it on Rocky. When all the while Rocky just fought in January, she'd be good to wait till June now to fight the winner of Irene versus Nunes. So to me, if you weren't going to fight Juliana Pena, you should go ahead and fight Irene Aldana. Irene Aldana is already in a good place to fight for the belt. Rocky, give her the five-month turnaround, and she's good to go. But in a way, you kind of setting her up because hey, she might wind up losing against Irene this time because she's coming right back after 2 months or not. She might go in there and beat Irene, but I don't know if the fans will want that because the fans will be like, now we don't get the Irene fight that we so wanted. There's a lot of people that wanted Irene to fight, right? Irene fights and it's like, oh man, like this is a different look. Oh man, Rocky, this ain't a different look, but if it's Irene, we get a different look. We give her a chance. This is something y'all want to see. So I don't know, man. But yeah, I just wanted to jump on and kind of talk about that for the next few minutes till I get back to some business, man. Since I saw people make an interim funniest. People say make an interim funniest thing I've seen. and this is a situation where you don't really have to have an interim belt, right? It's like it's lined up perfectly. Like Pena's next or not. Irene's next, and that be it. Then fight Irene. If you beat Irene, then you fight Rocky, who just fought in January. You fight her in the summertime or springtime. It's pretty much laid out. Hold on. James Perez said she should fight Aldana, but a girl that took her out and made her quit does deserve a rematch. But she won't fight any of them at this point. That's what's kind of crazy, man. Like, it's a good position to just. She's in a good position where she don't have to do what Valentina's actually kind of doing. Valentina's kind of being vocal about fighters not wanting to fight. Why y'all so quiet now, right? Like, you actually got people lined up here. Aldana said, hey, I'll fight you. She's been kind of waiting. She said, ain't nothing finalized, but if they make it happen, I'm here. Pena, she's doing everything but breaking her door down at her home and, telling her that I want to fight. You know, she's making it known whether we feel like she deserves a rubber match or not. She wants the rubber match. So I don't know, man. They trying to kick off 2023 in a bad way. When you got legit competition right here. You got legit competition that's ready to go. I mean, at this point, I just rather see them kind of in that Pena trilogy and then move on. Hold on, I'm just trying to pull up some articles here. Hold on 1 second. TJ said Nunes and Shevchenko in the same boat, can't sell fights against anyone in their weight class. Yeah, that was the best thing for them to do, is just go ahead and make that fight, Aldana fight, on the same card, and go ahead and get their trilogy out the way for what it's worth. But I don't know, man. I think the way Nunes is playing this game, she's trying to set up for some last minute money, because she's gonna retire pretty soon here. I don't know. Lolita said, "Who bled more, Pena in the rematch or Murphy?" Pena did. Pena bled more, but I think Juliana Pena bled more, but Lauren Murphy definitely took one heck of a beating. You know, who knows what type of internal damage is being done, right? TJ said Rocky probably knows Nunes is about to retire and wants to get that #1 spot so she can be interim champion. But it's kind of a risk, right? Like, she's going to fight Irene, who she won a close decision over, and she just fought this month, and she's going to come right back in March against a top 5 fighter. There's no guarantee she could wind up losing. It would have been better just to kind of wait it out, let Irene get her shot, and then she fight in the summer. That's how I see it. Hold on. James Perez said I'm teasing. How am I teasing? What you mean? Teasing on what? What you want me to talk about something? Teasing about what? Hold on. Okay, let me see. Let's see here. Yeah, so this is what this article said. Amanda Nunes versus Irene Aldana falls through for disagreement over title contention. All right. It looks like the targeted Nunes fight, let's see, against Irene, will not going ahead. The UFC has failed to reach an agreement with Amanda Nunes. So, okay, since they failed to reach an agreement with her, why does this article jump right into talking about Pena then? I mean, is it because of Pena? Like, who's she going to fight then? Now it says in the latest update, Pena's been insistent on a title shot. Nunes is unwilling to give the Venezuelan Vixen another title shot at the moment. Well, what is she trying to do? Hold on. Okay, UFC also tried to book a fight between Aldana and Pena for the title shot. However, Juliana Pena is unwilling to fight unless there's gold to win, while Nunes remains adamant on her terms, which we don't even know what her terms are, right? They didn't even put the terms in here. All right. The organization is looking for alternate opponents for Irene Aldana. Shoot, they be looking for alternate opponents for Amanda. Amanda need to be fighting somebody in this first quarter. I'm like, shoot, come on now. This bantamweight belt don't get defended enough, man. What's going on? Everybody's being hard-headed, man. Don't you read this article? Everybody's being stubborn. Look, Amanda Nunes don't want the Irene fight. That fell through, right? That fell through. Amanda Nunes ain't fighting Juliana Pena. She didn't want to give her a third fight. All right, so that ain't happening. Juliana Pena don't want to fight Aldana unless some gold is on the line, which is the belt. So that's another fight you ain't getting. The only people willing to fight here is Irene Aldana and Rocky. I mean, when it comes down to it, man, I hope Rocky win this belt, man. At this point, I just hope Rocky. I don't care what y'all say. Y'all don't like Rocky. Rocky's the only one fighting. She's staying busy. She done won 5 in a row. She doing what she got to do. Or Irene, I don't care. Let one of them win the belt now. I hope one of them gets the belt because diva mode is out here right now, man. You know, Pena don't want to fight Aldana because if she fought Aldana, she could beat her and then corner Amanda Nunes. But she want to go straight for the belt now. And you know, I thought it was about staying active. I thought they wanted to stay active, man. Come on now, what's going on? I don't know. TJ said, "Why we acting like there's all these people begging for a man, begging the man after Aldana, and she's a maybe. Don't nobody want it." I know you trolling, TJ. Don't you see? They want it. She don't want them. She's turning them down. She's turning them down. Hold on. Hang on. All right, can y'all hear me? All right, can y'all hear me? All right. So can you have y'all been hearing me? Y'all been hearing me, right? Okay, I mean, I'm making sure y'all been hearing me because wait a minute, James James said I wasn't coming on. Can he not hear me? Wait a minute, James, you said I ain't been on. So are you the only one that ain't been hearing me talk? Because if it's just you, then you got the audio problem. Okay, okay, Mark Robbins. Okay, Running Reenie. Okay, yeah, y'all can hear me. James ain't. James said I'm a tease. I was like, I'm a tease. Why? He said I ain't been on. Okay, so I figured y'all could hear me. I've been on like 17 minutes. I'm like, okay, yeah, man. I mean, I got like with like 30 of y'all in here, so I'm like, y'all would have been said something. Okay, yeah, James, you tripping, man. That whole time James in here talking, he thought I wasn't even on. Bro, I've been on this whole time, man, for like almost 20 minutes now, man. Yeah, you'll probably hear a little echo because of the audio. But as long as you can hear me, yeah, as long as y'all can hear me, yeah, somewhat, because I'm not behind the mic right now. I'm just on my phone, so yeah. Oh, James, man, you tripping, man. I was like, he said I was teasing, man. I was like, oh man, I've been in here, man. All right, make sure you hit the like button if you can hear me. You got like 30 people in here, so all right. All right, Efren, yeah, he said he been here. He said I wasn't okay, yeah, he wasn't fully on. Okay, I got you. All right. Yeah, it's probably StreamYard because I'm like I said, I'm not in my usual place. So yeah. Okay. Yeah, yeah, you probably had to refresh it. I got you. Okay. Yeah. Anyways, okay, now that we back, okay, now we back. All right. Zaman says to just ignore bantamweight. I mean, this is what it calls for when it comes down to it. I mean, when you got fights and you got people being too picky at this point, yeah, it's like you 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 want to ignore a division like that because you're being really, really stubborn right now. I mean, why is Aldana not a good opponent for Amanda right now? Like, can anybody think of a good reason why Amanda wouldn't want to fight Irene? Like, why wouldn't you want to fight Irene right now? Okay, so I always talk about Nunes having a better resume than Valentina, but I'm not one to see Valentina turn down fighters though. Like, besides the Santos rematch, and she already fought her. But when it's a new face, why would she not want to fight Irene Aldana? Oh, okay, James. Oh, what's going on with this? Okay, all right, James. In a couple words, since you missed the beginning, and since I like you, James, I'll go back over a little bit for you. Um, well, I don't like the Irene Rocky fight. All right, James, I don't like that fight because they've done it before, and Irene is already in a position to fight for the belt. To me, that's a good fight. Rocky, if she wants to fight for the belt, she can fight for it in May or June because she just fought in January, right? You're gonna make her come back in March now and fight Irene. That's not really fair to her. So I don't like that fight right now. The only way they should rematch is if one of them won the belt. That's it. Amanda, I think she's just being too picky, man. They said she turned down this fight with Irene, man. It's like, why? And Juliana don't want to fight Irene because she wants to fight for the belt. So I'm like, both of y'all are kind of being stubborn here. I know y'all want the belt, y'all want money, but sell this Irene fight as a main event. You could probably make some money off of it too. I'm like, why would you not want to fight Irene? Either one of these ladies. What, is there like this big of a risk? Like, what's going on, James? That's what I was talking about this whole time. Like, what's the deal? But I'm gonna go in a little bit more later. Like I said, I'm just killing a couple more minutes here. Um, I'll just read through some of this chat here. Let's see. Mark said Irene's a fantastic opponent. Amanda's not wanting to fight Irene is wild to me. I think so too, man. It's really wild. Like, you fought Juliana Pena. You don't want to fight her again. You fought her twice, right? Okay, fine. Rocky, you fought her before. You dominated her before. You know, you want to make her wait. Fine. You beat Holly Holm. Holly's not in a position to fight. Uh, there's really, really only that other name. It's Aldana. James said, why would she even turn Irene Aldana if it's pretty much easy work for her? That's crazy. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I didn't know you were allowed to do this stuff. I didn't know you were allowed to turn down fights like this in this division, especially whenever you're already kind of short on names, right? Yeah, I mean, I don't even have to go down the rankings with this one. All I can tell you is there's one good name. I mean, um, you beat GDR twice. Bluebird said Amanda versus Irene will go the same way Nunes versus GDR did. Right. So why not go ahead and take the fight? Like, who else are you waiting for? I don't know. You know, I just don't get it. I'm not getting it. Uh, Sake said that photo is crazy. He said it doesn't seem like Pena landed anything in that fight. Yeah, that's what makes it crazy. Like the second fight, like she landed anything. Marcus Bell said when Amanda and Irene was in the works, when it was first announced, Irene stated that no one reached out to her. Really? Mm. Yeah, I was reading what she had said on Twitter. I think I missed that part. How do you pronounce your name? Is it Mew? Mew? What's going on? I think I've seen you a few times in comment section. She said Pena definitely landed on Nunes in that rematch. Yeah, he definitely did. TJ said, does a Pena trilogy make her real money though? If it's about money, go for Shevchenko trilogy. Easy work. Yeah, but you're gonna be waiting like another 6 months, right? While Shevchenko is staying sharp and fighting and defending her belt, I think the champ should be obligated to defend her belt too whenever a certain amount of time has passed and you're not injured, you're medically cleared to fight. Like y'all should be on the same kind of turnaround time to me. I don't think like Shevchenko fight holds that much weight, like this great amount. Because there's a lot of people that don't want to see it anymore because she's already 2-0 against Valentina, right? But at least the Pena fight is a 1-1 situation. I can argue that. Kel said Amanda should retire at UFC 300. 100 pay-per-view since she won the title at 200. That would be a good retirement pay-per-view. Yeah. James said the fake one been on that diva privilege for a long time. Lolita said Pena had to land Nunes a few times. Remember the right side of Amanda's face? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, she was definitely landing on her. Her face was, the headbutt was a big part, but she still landed on Nunes. But yeah, she did. Lolita said Pena's face was jacked. Never seen Shevchenko's face that jacked. Nah, you never will. I don't think you ever see Shevchenko beat down like that. But yeah, Juliana Pena was split upside her head, man. It was something. TJ said more people want to see her fight Shevchenko again than they want to see the Pena trilogy. Do y'all? I'm at a point where I just want to see them get it out the way. Because it seemed like a while back, a lot of people wanted to see the trilogy with Pena. Some of y'all were saying, I want to see that fight because y'all said it was more action. Me, Nunes already won 2 times. I mean, I could take it or leave it. I mean, for bragging rights, Nunes might want it, but I don't know if I could do another 5 rounds of that. Yeah, I thought at least the casual fan would want to see Pena fight because at least Pena's going to make it more of a reckless fight where more action will happen. And I don't think that Nunes Shevchenko 3 really holds weight to be a main event because they're going to base it off the last 2 performances, which were very, touch and go and not much going on. Yeah, they're highly skilled fighters in their own right, their own weight classes, but when you put them 2 together, they make for a boring fight, right? Going by the casual fan. Saint said Valentina should just kick her knees out from underneath. Yeah. Cole said, I want to see Nunes Shevchenko I want to see it one more time. Okay. Zama said he wants the best skilled fight. Okay. But Miyu says, no, I don't want to see that boring fight. He don't want to see that boring fight. See, I knew there's some people out there that want to see it. Like I said, I just want them to get it over with because they won't stop talking about each other till it happens. Nunes is 2-0 now. I don't care, man. I mean, I'd be happy if Valentina and Manon fight. I really want to see the Valentina and Santos rematch, actually. I want to see Valentina and Santos rematch more than the rubber match with Nunes, man. Lolita said Shevchenko might pull it off this time. She could. I lean towards Nunes still again. Yeah, that's what I thought, me. I remember a lot of people complaining about that first fight. And with the second fight, they were saying that thing was boring. And I'm not my personal opinion, but I'm saying what the other people said. Like that's why I'm asking in the chat now, like what y'all want to see. But I remember a lot of people saying that they didn't like that fight. They're like, I don't want to see a third fight. Yeah, Lolita, I want to see Val and Santos again. I mean, that is supposedly in Valentina's right for weight class, right? That's her rightful weight class now, and that's a fight that Santos can make interesting, and she really dug deep and tried her best to win that fight, and she's really building this thing up the best that she can. Marcus said Pena does have a good chance to beat Rocky, but Rocky's bulldog choke will be lurking. Rocky's Rocky's clinching, Rocky's clinch style is a it's it's some work, man. It's like I won't say like this perfect work of art, but I like Rocky's clinch control, man. Rocky has some good clinch control. Miu says, and if Nunes wins, they'll complain about Nunes being bigger than Shevchenko. Right, right. James said, "Don't worry about Santos. She'll get a rematch." Yeah, I want to see that rematch. I want to see it. I do want to see it. Lolita said Santos needs to get by Blanchfield. Yeah, I agree. We got to get by. We got to get by Blanchfield. Me, I like them both. Like whoever wins, I really won't be upset. I'll just be kind of. I kind of feel a little. What's the word? A little. I'll be left a little unsatisfied because then Santos won't get her rematch against Val. I mean, I could support either one because they're my quadruple threat. I think highly of both of them. So, Miu says, I think Rocky beats Pena. Rocky is a dog too and has underrated boxing, one of the best jabs in WMMA. Miu, where you been, man? I've been talking about that too, bro. I agree. I've been, I think Rocky has some of the best boxing in WMMA personally, man. It's gotten better over the past few years. Like the way she was piecing up Aspen Ladd and Macy Chiasson, her jab to the body is a very, very solid weapon. I think her jab is a little bit slicker than well, it's much more well timed than Pena's. Pena's got a basic jab, but she uses it well. But no, Rocky's jab is man, like I love that fight. I love how she was jabbing to the body on Macy Chiasson. She set Macy Chiasson up good with that jab, and how she was jabbing Aspen Ladd to the body, man, and hitting her in the head right over the top of the right hand. I think she could have did better in the Ketlin Varia fight, but Ketlin was landing. Ketlin was using her range well, but she was working in that fight too. Yeah, I like her jab, Miu. He said, "Glad I found this channel." Hey, man, I'm glad you found it too, man. Yeah, welcome up in here, man. Definitely. Always on talking about fights. You catch me on. Sometimes I say I won't be on, but I will be on. But you always catch me on at 7 on Tuesdays for sure. Everybody that's in here is pretty much everybody that you see here tonight is pretty much a good group of people. Like nobody's gonna be trolling. Every now and again, I get somebody trolling me, but uh, you know, people like to bug people. But I don't know why. I ain't bothering nobody for the most part. Amelia said, I think she hurt Macy Chiasson onto the body first and then choked her. Yeah, she hurt it to the body. I think Macy Chiasson went in for did she go in for a takedown and Rocky just locked in the guillotine on her, right? Did she lock it? Was it a guillotine choke she put on her? It was textbook though. It was textbook. And she got her out of there, man. So yeah, I think I would rather Rocky just wait until like June or something like that instead of fighting Irene. And Nunes just needs to fight Irene now. No need to push that out. How many is Irene won in a row? Irene won like what, 3 fights in a row too? Go ahead and make that fight happen. That's the difference between her and Valentina a little bit. Valentina just seems willing and ready and willing to she just seems ready and willing to go ahead and fight anybody. That's why she's saying, hey, if you say you're ready and you're in the top 5, we can do this. She don't want a bunch of people that's just saying, I need to wait and this and that. Like, she's always ready to go. Hold on. Oh, was it? Hold on. He said Rocky did more of a ninja choke, but I'm not sure they actually recorded it as a ninja choke. It was a front headlock choke from what I could tell. Yeah. All right. Hold on. It was quick. It was very. Wait a minute. I'm just trying to find it. Not the fight, but yeah, what was the result recorded as? Yeah, they recorded it as a guillotine. Yeah, they recorded it as a guillotine because when she dropped down, it was either on the left or the right. I can't remember, like on the right. Well, on Rocky's left, and she locked it in. Yeah, they recorded it as a guillotine. But yeah, that was when I said, yeah, Macy needs to, really stick to featherweight. I mean, that fight was supposed to be featherweight, but she was trying to cut the weight, I believe. She's just been having some rough times. Dang, Sink said Wei Lee beats Nunes. Dang. He said Wei Lee beats Nunes. Oh, man, I don't know about that. At what, 135 or at 125? Wild Tiger, what's up? James, not James, hold on. That was TJ. I'm not sure he's been saying, but I know it's some crazy talk. You talking about James? Running Rini said, man, Nunes getting on my nerves if she fights Valentina again. I hope she loses. Dang. Yeah, she's kind of setting the game back right now. Miu said Irene has better boxing than Pena and probably more power. So if Nunes is sloppy, Irene is dangerous. I can agree with you again, bro. I'm glad you're here, man. I definitely got Irene. I did a video of my top women fighters at top best boxers in WMMA, and I put Irene in there. I put her and Rocky in there. And Irene, yeah, is much more lighter on her feet. And her left hook is a thing of beauty too. Like her left hook to the body. That left hook, man, she used to knock out what is her name? Yana Kunitskaya and Ketlin Veria. Yeah, that's a left hook right there. Irene Aldana got a left hook. So yeah, if Nunes comes in sloppy, because Nunes is getting banged up by the jab from Julieta Pena. So she really had to go back and rework her whole style for that fight. If she takes any type of reckless boxing approach against Irene, she could get knocked out. That's why I think, who said that earlier? Was it Bluebird or Sink said that GDR? No, they said that Nunes Aldana would be like Nunes GDR all over again, right? Because she'd have to take her to the ground and do it. She'd have to beat her on the ground. If you try to box her, yeah, Irene probably pick her apart. Like you try that southpaw style on Irene for the course of 5 rounds, you probably at some point get knocked out by Irene. That's why it would have to be a total MMA fight, not trying to go in there and try to box Irene Aldana. You don't do that. Even Holly was wrestling the heck out of Irene Aldana in that fight. Mark said Nunes versus Shevchenko equals can Val safely outpoint Nunes like we all know she can if she's at her best? It's a good question, but I don't know the answer, so I don't really need to see it play out. I'll survive. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Mark. Like it's one of those fights that I, don't need to see that happen again, because nothing's really gonna come of it that's memorable for us, right? They can do great things without each other now. Yeah, Whaley smokes Nunes. Yeah, bring her down to 115. She'll probably beat her there. Yeah, even 125 possibly. James said let Whaley whoop them at 115 and she could be the strawweight goat, and then see what come get that work and see what level the one is operating on. So Aldana's easy work for Nunes, and she still won't fight her. Man, this is a whole new level. Well, yeah, if that's how she feels, but my thing is, it's like, Aldana is she's not the same as a Pena fight, so why not just go ahead and take that fight, right? Like, Nunes got some options here. Why is she trying to milk this thing? Like, what are you trying? What are you waiting for? Like, what was the reason to turn it down? Was it money? I mean, this ain't like boxing. I mean, you have to fight somebody in that top five. You said Nunes is hurt or something. I don't know. She just turned it down. Yeah, that's the fight I want. Is Whaley and Lemos. Zaman said we basically will see Whaley versus Nunes soon. Lemos is pretty similar skill wise to Nunes, even punching mechanics. No, I think Lamos's punch mechanics is different. I think she punches better. I think Amanda Lemos, her punches are better when she lets them go. I think she punches much more straighter and she's much more precise. Better jab, better better at setting traps, better right hand. I think Amanda Nunes has that lobbing right hand. You know what I mean? She's got that lobbing right hand, and like, she's a good MMA striker. MMA striker is what Amanda Nunes I consider her. But like, when you're talking like pure boxing technique, I think Amanda Lemos has better technique when it comes to those that category. That's why I think it could end quick for Whaley if Whaley does something reckless, because if Whaley shows a lot of respect and doesn't, if she doesn't show respect and she gets reckless and steps in with her hands down, then yeah, Lemos could set up some pretty power shots, pretty easy, right? Because and think about this, if Nunes' boxing was better than Lemos, she wouldn't have been getting hit by that. She wouldn't have been getting hit by that jab. She wouldn't have been getting hit by that jab from Pena in the first fight, because Pena was knocking Nunes' noggin around with that jab in the first fight. She had to go back and do some drills. You can really see she went back and did drills on boxing, man. Like, she really did, just to get to where she was in that rematch. Because if she knew, like, she wouldn't be getting hit by that jab in the first fight. Oh, appreciate it, Wild Tiger, with a 20 spot. Always appreciate that. She said, honestly, I wasn't geeked about Nunes winning back her belt. Now I respect the Nunes. And yes, I like Nunes, so Nunes can shush and please don't start. But I'd rather see a new champ. I don't care for Nunes as a champion. Yeah, I think that's where a lot of people are at with it now, man, because of this whole turning down and diva move here. Robot Chicken, what's up? He said Pudalova, Jocelyn Edwards. Man, who do I got in that fight? Jocelyn Edwards don't have a lot of power. Pudalova's been working a little bit more on her all-around game. Jocelyn Edwards, she's been working out with, Pavel and, the Bullet. Let's see. I want to see if it rubs off. I don't know, man. I'm kind of leaning towards Jocelyn Edwards a little bit. Pudalova takes some chances, though. She be looking crazy, man. Like, she looks crazy sometimes. Like, like, good crazy because she's got that killer instinct in her eye, man. Like Pudilova was kind of crazy like that. So I wouldn't be surprised if Pudilova would try to get like this fight to the ground and got a submission though. Miyu Miyu says she still got caught with the jab in the rematch. Yeah, she did. She did. So that shows you, yeah, her boxing is not really on that level. Like it took a lot just to get what she was doing down, and she was still getting hit, right? Yeah, running Reese, I'll be so mad at Whaley if she fights reckless. Jocelyn Edwards and yeah, Pudilova. I'm not too sure about. Wouldn't be surprised if Pudilova won that fight. Robot Chicken says Zombie Girl versus Karine Silva. Who you got? Um, I think Karine Silva might continue her 100% finishing rate. She's going to continue that 100% finishing rate. I think if she knows what type of power the Zombie Girl has, and that's all she's going to bring, she going straight to the ground. She going to go straight to the ground. I hope that training with Kobe Covington is paying off for Catchaware because yeah, she gonna be dealing with a fighter that wants to go to the ground in this fight. That's gonna be taking her down. And Zaman is hoping that Karine Silva loses this fight. See, look at him. He says she gonna die if she won't submit uh if she don't submit Pedrita in the first round. Oh wow, that's what he waiting on. I hope Karine Silva pulls this one off, man. I got Karine Silva by submission just for that. James Perez says serious question combo. So Dana tells Nunes Aldana is next, and she tells him, "Nah, I don't want fight her." And he says, "Okay, okay, man, you don't have to, no problem." Is that how it goes? Um, from what they say, I mean, it should go that way because according to Valentina, you can't really turn that stuff down, right? Because they never put they never put Shevchenko Santos rematch out there, right? So she didn't never really fully turn that fight down. The UFC didn't want to make Santos and Shevchenko fight again, right? So she never really turned that down. They had somebody lined up in Grasso. But for this situation, it seems like Nunes just turned down the fight and said, "No, I'm not going to fight her. They're going to fight each other. Aldana and Rocky are going to fight, and I'll fight the winner of that fight." So I don't know, man. Like I don't know what type of power that is there, James, but that's what it sounds like. That's what it sounds like. I personally I don't think it's fair. I don't think it's fair. High five, say happy Friday, everyone. Yep, we ended that midnight hour now. It's another weekend. No card this weekend. No card this weekend. So yeah, Robot Chick. I think she looks more technical. Jocelyn Edwards. So Miyu said, "What a random friendship between Covington and Priscilla. Can Priscilla even speak English?" I don't think she can. Well, he's had quite some friendships with some Brazilians, right? Even Poliana Viana, right? That is kind of random, though. I guess he needs friends. I mean, not too many people are big fans of Kobe right now. Mark Robinson said, "I was legitimately an ant for Irene and Nunes. Like you said, I don't understand Nunes' angle here. Is is it that she wants to ensure that she doesn't lose until she fights Val for the money? It could be. It could be, man. Like maybe she knows she's on the tail end of her career and she's really trying to choose wisely, which sucks for us, right, as fans. But that might be something that she's looking at. Like maybe she's waiting for Valentina to run through Grasso and then she's like, I'm ready. High five says so. Nunes asked Pena versus Rocky 2 to get to her. No, Aldana. Yeah, Aldana Rocky too. You mean high five? Yeah, she wants. She's making them make Irene versus Rocky to get to her. Can Whaley ask Lamos versus Andrade too? Oh wow, we don't want to see that high five. Not again, man. Let Lamos get her shot, yo. Or Whaley asked Rose Carla too, and no, we don't want that either. We don't want that either, man. TJ said she getting bionic knee replacement. Shoot, that's what Roxanne Modaffari should have got. She made she still be around with bionic knees, right? TJ said he needs an interview ASAP. She needs to explain herself. Yes. Oh, yeah, she does. Oh, high five. I'm retired. I'm not medically cleared. I have the same injury that Manone has. James Press said I was thinking maybe she knows the one wants to fight her next. She just skipped out there to have more time to prepare for the one. Not saying that's the case, but that would be insane. Yeah, that might be her way of thinking. Maybe she's on like a one fight a year thing now, or two fights a year, and maybe she discussed that with the UFC. I'm guessing, man. Like, I don't like it, but that might be it. James Press said Como, and then when they asked Dana what happened with Nunes Aldana fight, he just lies and comes up with something easy to avoid saying Nunes doesn't want it. That he won't just say Nunes doesn't want it. He's gonna say Aldana and Rocky is a better fight because that's the rematch people will want to see, and that's how you got to sell because it's gonna be a main event too. Rocky and Irene's gonna be a UFC fight night main event, so he got to sell that as a much bigger title eliminator. That Rocky's on a 5-fight win streak, Irene is on her win streak, and this is a much better fight to decide who gets the belt. That's how he's gonna sell it, as I see. Wild Tiger said, I feel Nunes should fight Irene Aldana. I mean, let's be honest here. Irene called out Nunes during her press conference, and of course, Pena is on Nunes' head, but Amanda Nunes got me confused. I mean, she got us all confused right here. Either one of these fights would be better, man. Either one of these fights would be better than nothing. I'll take Pena rubber match. I'll take Irene or Pena at this point. But making Irene and Rocky fight again to decide just doesn't make sense right now. Colstrom said, then who will Pena fight? Pena's not fighting for anything except gold. According to her interview, she said she turned down everybody turned Irene Aldana down first. Understand that first. Nobody wanted to fight Irene going by this interview. Pena turned it down. She said, I only want to fight for gold. Nunes recently turned it down, and that's why it's canceled. So nobody wants to fight Irene here. So until then, Pena just wants the title shot. But I didn't think that's how it worked in the UFC. I thought the UFC would say, nope, you're going to fight who we tell you to fight because the champ is fighting who she wants to fight. So is she going to be able to wait? I don't know. But that's how it's turned out. Nobody wants Irene. When it all comes down to it, that is the conclusion we can all agree on. Nobody wants to fight Irene Aldana at this point. Nobody. It was turned down 2 times. Poor Irene. Kel Quest said Dana is such a liar. He says fighters don't want fighters, but then protects others by saying lies. Pretty much. I mean, anybody that endorses slap crap You know, anybody that endorses that slap crap, you can't trust them, right? I heard that slap crap is taking a big hit now. Yeah, yeah, Pennington wants it. But since Pena just fought in January, you know, I say you give her a shot in the spring or summertime. Yeah, Pennington definitely wants it. Yeah, Irene wants it too. Colostrum said, if the rematch was competitive, I can understand a trilogy, but come on, she lost her forehead the last time. Hey, she's still number one. She's still number one. So hey, if she can argue that fight, just let's close this chapter. I mean, if you ain't gonna fight Irene Aldana, Amanda, then you got to do something. You know what I mean? Like it's this weird non-fighting triangle. Everybody's turning each other down. Pena don't want Aldana. Nunes don't want Aldana. Pena don't want Pena. I mean, Pena wants to fight Nunes, but Nunes don't want to fight her. What is this? Oh, appreciate Wild Tiger with 10 spots. He said, I wonder if they're gonna make Pena fight someone if she keeps turning down fights because she wants that belt. I'm a big Pena fan, but baby girl needs to get some wins and then the trilogy. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Like in the meantime, she could have fought somebody else. In the meantime, she could have argued for the Aldana fight. You know, I, we talked about it's like like a few months ago, right before this whole thing happened. Colossus said, yeah, she never defended the belt. Yeah, no, she didn't. She ain't never defended the belt. No, she never defended that belt. So really, yeah, she is like one of them champions that won the belt. Kind of gotta go back to the drawing board. I made that argument before, but it's like she ain't taking nothing. So, you know, what are we gonna do here? Robot Chicken said, I remember people saying Lauren Murphy is better than Grasso. Really? She's bigger. She could take some punishment. She might be a little bit more durable, but like better. Like she don't really have like the standout skill like Grasso does, right? She got more of a killer instinct than Grasso. I'll tell you that. Might have a little bit more. Yeah, they've got more killer instinct than Grasso, I think. Yeah, Wild Tiger. That was I was doing that to that comment actually. Yeah, me and Miss, I never heard anyone say. That's what had me kind of clearing my throat. I never heard anyone say she's better than Grasso. Close from South feel bad for Irene because what if she lost her next fight and her title shots flushed down the drain? Yeah, and she's fighting somebody she already fought before. Close. That's what I'm saying. Like she's fighting Irene. Irene's fighting Rocky again. She could very much well lose this. She could very much well lose this because she's fighting a familiar face. Rocky ain't no slouch. Like Rocky knows her style. You know, Rocky could go in there and beat her again, and I got to lean towards Rocky. I got to lean towards Rocky moving into this thing, like because I think Rocky's a little bit more well rounded, and she can box too. But I gotta go now. I'm gonna get up out of here, y'all. Good conversation. Yeah, vacate or defend, man. I don't know what Nunes want to do, man. It's a little upsetting. I thought we were gonna have a good Nunes first quarter fight. With Irene, we were gonna see something different, but nah, we ain't getting that now. We ain't getting that now. But yeah, let me get up out of here, y'all. Hit that like button on your way out. We will talk. We will talk. It is Friday now, so we'll talk Friday night. Um, Got to get my man Two Beats on here maybe tonight if he can, because I want to have a little talk with him about how he feels about the whole stoppage thing. And he left, just a friendly talk about it. He posted that comment up, so I want to discuss that with him if I can get him on one night. Mark Roberts said, "Times Lord Murphy fights like a first generation human puppet." Yeah. All right, yeah, hit that like button, y'all, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. Combo Breaker 99. I'm out. Subscribe. Peace.